What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 26.
We out here.
We are live. Live on this beautiful day. Chris, how are you?
Good. Yep.
Good to hear. No
How are
Super
you?
Bowl hangover. Good to roll. Ready to roll. Back at it.
Haven't been getting much sleep this week.
Whoa, what? Really?
Well, I've just been going to bed late because of sports. So
Yeah, sports, man. Gotta stay on the grind.
Super Bowl Sunday and Wolves on Monday.
Yeah.
So
What were the Clippers?
yeah,
Yeah,
9:30
it's
start
tough when
time.
it's so late. Yeah.
But
You're here.
9 p.m. tonight and 9 p.m. on Thursday. So
You're talking about Timberwolves games?
yeah,
Yeah. What do we play? Don't we play back-to-back Trailblazers?
Portland. Yeah.
Well, I'll get to it. Minnesota Minute. Timberwolves currently are 37-16. They do play the Blazers back to back, and then they play the Bucks and the Nets coming up. Minnesota Wild riding a 3-game win streak. They are 24, 23, and 5. They play the Coyotes and the Sabres coming up. Gopher basketball lost a brutal game to Iowa. They're playing Purdue Thursday night, big game. And then in the PWHL, Minnesota plays Ottawa Wednesday night at the XL Energy Center.
Okay.
So there you have it.
That was a
There
pretty
it
good segue.
Yeah, some would say smooth.
Nice.
Smooth as butter. I think that's the saying, isn't it?
No.
Smooth as silk. Wait. I'm pretty sure it's smooth. That's a saying.
Smooth as gravy.
No, look at it. Smooth as butter. Come on, dog. Smooth as butter. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Smooth as silk. Smooth as gravy.
Yeah.
That's real? Smooth as butter. Extremely
Type
smooth.
in smooth as gravy.
As
see if
gravy?
that's the thing.
As a gravy sandwich.
Perfect gravy.
Silky smooth gravy. That's a recipe.
Right, maybe I'm off.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I guess say it however you want. But yeah, there we go. Bang bang.
Well, let's move right into roundtable then.
Yeah. You want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
We can go NBA. I don't have NFL because I figure we'll talk about that later. But NBA. What do you make about the Bucks currently? They are 2-0 now that they've gotten Pat Bev.
Okay.
They were 1-5 when they got Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
So after the changes, they're a total of 3-5.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into the All-Star break, they're third in the East. Well, depending on how the last couple games go, but they're third in the East. They just beat the Nuggets, so the defending champs.
Yeah.
Do you think that the slow start was because Doc needed to get his feet under him? Do you think it was because it was a full, really long road trip? What do you think? Where do you think they're at?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the All-Star break for them will be good to rest up and do that. I think obviously the road trip didn't help, but also at the same time, I mean, they're still 35-19, like you said. They're still a good team. I just think it was one of those things that was so weird is I think it kind of showed that, like, the coach, I mean, you can bring in whoever you want, but the players have to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they lost some bad games when Doc first started, and then, I mean, they're starting to figure it out. They have a lot of guys. I mean, who was it? They just smoked the Nuggets. I mean, I think every single time I've watched the Bucks play, that Thanasis guy plays because they're either winning by a lot or losing by a lot. Yeah. And I do not and never will understand how he's an NBA player. I never will. He is so, and this is no disrespect. He is so bad at basketball.
You're disrespectful.
Yeah, he is so bad at basketball.
Yeah, it's not good.
There was a time, the last game I think against the Nuggets, he literally got an 8-second violation because he had to take the ball up the court.
Mm-hmm.
He is so bad. But I think they're kind of back. I think they're fine. When you have Giannis, who's obviously up there for MVP every single year, Dame's still rolling. I think Doc needed a little bit to get his feet under him, but I think they're fine.
You think their recent win streak is because of Pat Bev?
I don't necessarily think it's
and the morale and chemistry that he's
just
bringing?
all about Pat Bev. But I do think Pat Bev is a great teammate guy because he's willing to do the gritty work, and he's always going to have your back.
Yep.
He's probably one of the best teammates in the NBA.
Okay, so let me bridge that into the second part of this.
Okay.
Why do you think?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let me back up for a second. So Pat Bev, great teammate, does all the stuff that nobody else wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that there aren't more guys that just like do that stuff?
You're saying
to like be on an NBA roster, like PJ Tucker. He's not that good at offense and never has been in the NBA, but he just like has done all the dirty stuff and has played really hard defense and guards the good offensive players, and he's been in the league for 12 to 15 years.
Right, he just keeps playing.
Yeah, and like there's name notable guys that do that, but then there's other guys that are supposed to be good but never amount to anything. Why don't more people like be this type of player?
Well, I think it's easier probably said than done, but I agree. I think every team needs a grinder guy like that, and if you're not a starter, it's a good way to potentially get more minutes to do the dirty work. But I think when you look at a lot of these NBA...
Or even just be on the team.
Right, but I think when you also look at these NBA guys, I'm not trying to be rude again, but like a lot of them are just getting a paycheck. They don't give a shit. Like these guys don't. I mean, these guys are out here they're very athletic. They're very good. They go to the NBA and it's like they forget sometimes how to play basketball in my eyes. Like there's a lot of players that you could look at and you're like, dang, that guy was supposed to be really good. Why doesn't he just try? Like they don't try. They seem like they don't try, and I don't know if it's just because it came effortlessly forever for them.
Well,
but I think at the same time, I think when you get to this level, everyone is so good, and I also think it's longevity. Like people don't want to dive on the court. They just don't. I mean, I think you look at some
spin
guys,
zone.
Yeah.
The longevity probably is more.
Yeah, if you actually are on the team.
When you do that stuff and you're consistently finding teams.
Right.
You might have to move to different teams to do it, but the longevity of your career
will be longer. 100%.
Potentially.
But I also think at the same time, a lot of these players are like, okay, I don't want to, like, if you're a franchise guy, I guess you could say. If you're on the second team,
we're not talking franchise.
If you're on the second team, like you're Jordan McLaughlin, you better be diving after every loose ball. Because you probably shouldn't be on the team. I'm not trying to, like I just said, but there's like a lot of guys who can take over that spot. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of players on every team you can name, these second team guys. That you just need to be a role player. You need to know your role.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to be role players, but like there's less guys that are fully focused on
defense.
Like all the defense and like playing hard, diving for balls.
Yeah.
Guarding guys really tough. Like getting the game flowing in their team's direction.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think it's hard because I think a lot of guys, when you go to the NBA, you want to be a big-time player. But I think also at the same time, for your point, I think it's one of those things like, if you're not the best shooter, you're maybe not the biggest guy, why not be a grinder? Like, look at what's the guy's name from the Pelicans? Alvarado. That guy's the biggest pest in America, and he's 6 feet tall. Yeah. But he's making a ton of money, and he's a great player.
Exactly.
But he knows his role.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to be the number one guy.
Well, I think a lot of them know their role.
I just think
that they aren't.
They aren't willing to do the dirty work.
They aren't putting their role into the defensive grinder category.
Right. And I think everybody needs that guy on the team to be successful. So I think when Pat Bev comes over to a team, he's that guy. Mm-hmm. So, but I also think it's funny that he went there because him and Dame have a little history of going back and forth. But he has a history with a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay.
My NBA take, I don't know if you saw it, Rockets-Knicks game. Jalen Brunson gets called for the wackest foul of all time at the end of the game. On a turnaround three-point, one-handed huck shot. So my question to you is, do you think come playoff time they should make something or make a rule that says, like, hey, in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, the refs have they have the option to just challenge. They have the option to review it and
the refs
even if
have the option.
Right, like because in the NBA or in the NFL, I mean, under 2 minutes you can't challenge. So, like, do you think they should?
Then they go and look at it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think they should have the option to do that?
No, because they're supposed to go look at it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Is
if it's a question, then they're gonna go look at it.
Oh, so that's already in place.
In the last 2 minutes, yeah.
Oh, well, then that's that makes.
They
still missed it.
They went and looked at it and said that it was a foul.
Oh, that makes it even worse in my eyes. That's embarrassing. How do you? I mean, I guess. But I thought you had to challenge it because they said on the TV they were like the Knicks don't have a challenge, and then they called the game.
Well, if it's outside of 2 minutes, but if it's inside 2 minutes, I'm almost positive that they will review it.
Maybe that's good to know because, like I said, when I saw the clips, they were like, "Oh, Knicks don't have a challenge," and then all of a sudden the game was over.
Yeah, it's just like the NFL.
Yeah. Damn. So they reviewed that and still called that.
Yep.
Wow. Probably should be liable for that.
Well,
Bad. But it happens.
Yep.
So, all right.
Let's move to the beer.
All right. Bang.
All right, so we're moving into it's called Remedy Brewing Company. It's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We've got 2 beers of theirs today. First one is called Hopcopter. It's a double IPA brewed with Strata and Michigan Copper hops. It's got a fairly cool design on the logo or the label.
The Hopcopter.
It's a rotating hazy double IPA. You want to check your glasses?
No, I think they look clean.
Okay.
I guess well, this is the problem with beers. You won't be able to see them because it's not clear. So if there's rocks in there again.
Especially this one because it's hazy.
You could probably see the rocks though. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. But a double. Is it a double you said?
Mm-hmm.
Double. Nice.
Yeah, hazy double IPA.
Okay.
And the second one is called Hefemetal. It's a Bavarian style Hefeweizen ale with notes of banana and clove. This one says crank the flavor to 11, but it's easy drinking.
Crank the flavor to 11.
Yep, but it's easy. Oh boy, but it's easy drinking.
Okay. They both have kind of the cool can in the sense of it's got like the matte black. What is it called? Like it's a good feel.
Yeah.
Like it's got like the label
matte
feels
finish.
different than
matte finish.
Yeah. The bubbles in that thing. Jesus, Martha.
We'll do that one second.
Oh, look at that. Yep. Oh yeah. See, look at this can.
What?
Look at this. Why are there so many? Look at that. Look at the comparison.
What?
You gotta get your dishwasher checked out.
What do you mean?
See how like on this side? There's like stuff on the side.
No, I don't.
Like these. And then look at yours. Pure clean. I don't know what it is.
That's bubbles.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why do you think it's different than this one?
I don't know.
There's not one bubble on the left.
Probably because I poured
This one first?
One of them first.
Okay. So what are we trying first?
The IPA one. The Hopcopter. Okay.
Wow. A lot of flavor. I don't know what... I don't really have a definition of what it tastes like, if I'm being honest. Hoppy.
You can tell it's double IPA. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is tough on the good old gullet. Yeah, but like I said, there's a lot of flavor there.
It's like there's a lot of hops, and you can tell it's a double IPA. But at the same time, it's got a pretty nice finish.
Oh, it's smooth. It's very easy to drink, but you have to, I think...
You gotta like that.
Yeah, and to be honest, if you're ordering it knowing it's a double, you probably like this kind of beer. Like this style of beer. So, I would say it's probably right up someone's alley.
Honestly,
it's very smooth.
It's decent.
It's decent. The flavor is, like I said, the flavor is strong. But it's definitely...
I can't
But you
out.
couldn't tell you one thing. It can't be like, this tastes like this.
What is the flavor?
It just tastes like a hoppy whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad though. It's really not bad.
You gotta before you give your score, you gotta give me one flavor that you can taste in it though.
One flavor I can taste in it?
In the beer, yeah. Because if we both say we can't really figure out the flavor,
you can't really.
We're not giving people anything. It can be at the beginning, it can be in the middle, it can be at the end. You got to give one flavor, and I'm going to do the same.
I mean, like I just said, I don't even know if I could name a flavor. I mean, it's very, well, wheat is a terrible one.
I don't think you can say wheat.
I mean, I really don't even, doesn't even smell like anything. It literally tastes just like a hop. Like what did we have that one time? Surly Furious?
We have had Surly Furious before.
It tastes like a... Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I don't... You got nothing?
Nothing. It literally doesn't taste like nothing. I probably wouldn't order one of these because I'm not a hops guy, and maybe... I don't know. What do you think it tastes like?
I mean, it is...
You have something in there?
It is 8.3%.
Oh, it's thick.
It's strong.
Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad tasting. It's not bad tasting. The hardest part though is like there's not like a definitive flavor. Like some of these we've had where it's like, oh, that tastes like there's like a hint of orange. There's a hint of this.
Okay, I don't know if it's because I've read the other label, but I feel like there's just like a little bit of banana.
Banana.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fruit?
Mm-hmm. Oh. That might be me grasping at something.
And I think we're both grasping at straws right now, but yeah, I'm not.
Or like
no banana.
A syrupy?
It's just like thick. I really, truthfully, cannot put a finger. And maybe, like I said, if somebody is a person that loves a hoppy drink, this might be the hoppy drink for you. But like, I mean, there's literally not one.
Okay, there is a peach.
What's like in it?
Is that peach? A peach? Or an orange?
Yeah.
This is an orange slice, I believe.
That looks like an orange slice, so it's probably a peach on the left side and then a pineapple.
Pineapple. Yep. It just says explosive hop flavor, and honestly that might be the best way to describe it.
Like, I don't taste a pineapple or a peach or an orange.
Yeah. All right, so, what are you giving the score then?
I mean, I feel like I have to just give it a flat 5-0 because it just tastes like your normal typical hoppy beer. But I probably wouldn't, if you like beer and you like hoppiness, this is probably up your alley because it's a smooth finish. It's like the aftertaste is not bad at all.
No.
But the problem is there's really no, there's just no definitive flavor where it's like, dang, the orange, the orange.
It does.
The orange is popping. The pineapple's popping. Nothing is popping.
Mm-mm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a flat 5-0.
I'm going to go with. I'll go with a little bit higher than that. I'm going to go with a 5-7.
Okay. 5-7.
Yeah, because
it's not bad. I mean, 5.0 is actually probably higher than most of my hoppy ones.
Of your IPAs, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And I would say 5.7 is on the higher, above average for an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy to drink. I just not the flavor that I like.
Yeah, I just don't see it. Like I said, if you like these kind of beers, probably pretty good.
Yep.
So,
all right, let's move on to the Hefemetal.
This one should have a lot more flavor.
This one has banana and clove.
No, I'll tell you this.
Wow.
This has banana.
Mm-hmm.
This is more banana-y.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because it's lighter, so the flavor comes out more. But this for sure is more
light.
banana. Yeah, more banana-y.
With a little bit of a...
what's a clove?
Like a juiciness to it.
What's a clove? Like a leaf? Is that what a clove is? Is that what it is? It's a very dumb question, but like
a clover? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, like a leaf clove.
I think that a clove is like a garlic clove.
Okay.
Like a little bouquet.
Bouquet?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Maybe.
But I will say this on this one. Super light, very easy to drink. And also at the same time, the banana comes out more on this one, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
agree.
this one is pretty good. I think this one's solid.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's just so light where it's like, hey, this is a light beer. This is up the alley. Up the alley.
And what is it? 5.3%. So you get a little bit higher than maybe you would think.
Is a beer 4.5 usually? Like a light beer?
Usually it's about 4.5 would be 4.5. Like the generic light beers.
Okay. Yeah, so you definitely get more bang for it. But there's also more flavor than just your light beer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, all right.
So what are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it a 6-7.
Okay.
I think it's one of the better ones. I think it's very good. This is something that at the brewery I could have multiple of. Granted, it's lighter, so that was probably an obvious statement. But I do think it's easy to drink, and I think the flavor's there.
Okay.
So.
Solid.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it...
One more sipperoo. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm going to give it one more sipperoo.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 7.3.
7.3. Pretty high. Pretty good.
7.3. It's good. It's just got good flavor, good finish, all around.
Well, and I think the banana flavor sticks out for sure. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't even know what a clove was, so I think it's pretty good though. But they go well together. So if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
And that's what we're going with.
So there you go.
Love it.
Bang bang.
And that's what they call
a review.
Bang.
Bang.
Bang. All right. We're wrapping up football today.
Yeah, football it is.
Super Bowl came and went.
Did you know the Super Bowl was the most viewed program since the moon landing? 123.4 million viewers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Most watched TV program ever.
Yep. And
that's a lot.
Also, we talked about this, how much money was being gambled last time.
What was the official count?
Well, they didn't give us the official count, but they said in the Nevada sports books alone, it was 185.6 million, which is up 8 million from last year. So there's 182 sports books technically in Nevada.
Which honestly, I feel like it should have been more because the Super Bowl was in Nevada.
Right. But that's all, yeah. But I think it's crazy that it's that much higher. And top of it, also, the books came out ahead. They netted 6.8 million.
Really?
That's because I think a lot of people were on the Niners.
I think so too.
Yeah. And the over. I think people wanted points. I think usually people want points.
I think it helped that so what was the final score again?
25-22.
25-22. I think it helped that it was so close to the over-under, right? Like, it started at 48.5, and then it shifted down to 47.5, and like the final was 47 points. So it's right there.
Right. Well, what's crazy is after the first half too, or even after the first quarter, I bet it went down to like 40.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "Oh, no one's scoring." And then all of a sudden, in the second half, it was like, "All right, teams are figuring it out. We're rolling."
It could have been an opportunity to thread the needle there.
Yes, that would have been a threat.
I mean,
I don't know what it got down to though, because we don't have legalized gambling.
It would have gone lower than 47. I guarantee that.
Oh, I think it would be at like 40.
Probably.
Because it was what, 13 or 10-3 at half.
10-3. Yeah.
So it's probably around maybe high 30s.
No, I think it would be above. Honestly, it was probably like 42.5. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Still opportunity for a thread.
Yeah. If you have legalized
and an electric thread.
Yeah. So.
But what did you think of the game? Overall thoughts first.
I thought it was a good game. I mean, I thought it was interesting because it was close. I thought both teams in the first half were trying to feel each other out. I mean, when you look at it, both teams fumbled in the red zone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously that was a huge
fairly
thing.
early, too.
I think it was both in the first quarter.
When both teams were trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they started to get some momentum, and then the fumble happened.
I think it was the Chiefs' first possession.
Was it?
I think so. I think the Niners punted, and then the Chiefs' first possession. But I'll also say this, and this might be a hot take. I'm not trying to dog the guy, but Travis Kelce, like, dude, going over and pushing your coach. And I know people might be like, hey, it's not a huge thing, whatever. But it's also like, dude, what are you doing? You're a psychopath. Everything on Twitter now, people are hating on this guy. I'm not hating on the guy, but I'm also saying,
Trav?
Oh yeah,
really?
People are, this guy's a scumbag, dude. This guy sucks. This guy, this, and people are like going too far.
I didn't see those.
But it's also like one of those things where it's like, dude, you can't go over and just push. Like, dude, have your, and it's even the same thing. It's crazy to me because they didn't show one time the 49ers bench. Granted, it might have been happening.
They didn't show the bench at all, really.
No, but also on the Chiefs bench, it seemed like every time they panned over there, someone was bitching about something. You had Rashee Rice bitching in the fourth quarter. You had Travis Kelce pushing the coach. Patrick Mahomes was yelling at somebody. And it was like, oh my God, guys.
Do you think that's because their expectations were higher? Or they've been there
I think
so
it's
they
just
know what it takes?
I think so. But I think also just the moment got to be so big. And they thought it's one of those things. It's the biggest stage. You've made it here. Obviously, you want to play a huge part. Travis Kelce had, one catch in the first, for 1 yard?
Yeah, but half? I think that's a testament to their own individual personality, but it's also a testament to their team personality. Like, I feel like most of the guys on that team are pretty fiery.
Oh, 100%. Well, I think a lot of NFL players have that fire. I would say this with the Chiefs, I give a lot of credit to the veteran players and the coaching staff that must have cooled them down or done something. And when you have one of the best players, if not the best player in the NFL at your quarterback, you can yell at him all you want. He's gonna do what he ought to do. I mean, and he came out on top. That's all.
Well, yeah. And so the funny thing that I thought was, so by the way, just circling back, it was the third possession for the Chiefs and the
first possession. It was the first possession for the
49ers.
Niners.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
I thought it was funny. So a storyline came out that this is the first time that the highest paid player or highest cap hit player won the Super Bowl. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, yeah, this is probably one of the times that the best player in the NFL is also the highest salary cap player.
Right.
Like, he is the best player in the NFL.
Right.
So he deserves to get paid that much.
Yep.
And he showed that, okay, you don't necessarily need all of the top tier guys at every position to win with a guy like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like the same. The huge discussion is always the same. It's like with Tom, the discussion is like, is he better than Tom Brady? Is he whatever? Both guys had teams that were not very good, but it's like, I guess, quote unquote, not very good offensively when you look at both sides. But it's like they just make plays. And I will say this, in the first half, Mahomes looked like he was like a little starstruck. He did not look like he was very good.
It took the game a little bit to get going.
Yeah.
So that made it seem like the game was kind of just like, eh.
Well, I think in the second half, the punt that went off the Niners guy and they recovered was like the flip. It flipped the switch and it was like, hey, we can now do our stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Travis Kelce got involved. And I will say this, I'm not saying it was a huge thing. Dre Greenlaw getting hurt running onto the field was, I think,
that's
kind of unsung pretty big. He's one of the best linebackers, and you put him with the best linebacker.
Yep.
But I think at the same time, what's crazy is like then you have a guy who doesn't play very much come in, and it was a fluke thing. It was the biggest fluke thing.
It's so nuts that would happen.
Yeah.
Like, nobody was around him, really.
No, they showed the clip, and it was a shock because it was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, it was a commercial break, and they came back to it to show people.
Went straight down.
Oh, it was an Achilles for sure. It's too bad. It's unfortunate.
Did it come out that it was?
No, but it looked like
we're not
speculating, but that's my guess. He obviously didn't come back in the game, so.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could. When did that happen? Third quarter or?
I think the second quarter before halftime.
Okay. Yeah, that changes some things.
Yeah, but I will say this. I will say I think the Niners, it'll be very interesting to see what they do. Their defense is obviously very good. But it will be interesting to also see what the Chiefs do. Like, do they get another weapon? Do they get whatever to help Mahomes? Yada, yada, yada. So it was it was an interesting team. I mean, both teams I think deserve to be there. There's no question those were probably two of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Early thoughts on next year's Super Bowl. We have a hot take from our friend Chris Lesh that the Packers should be 6-1 favorites.
Which I think if you look at the odds,
get to the Super Bowl or to win the Super Bowl.
I think that's to get to the playoffs, because if you look at the odds,
6-1 to get.
No, he said to win this. He said to get to the Super Bowl, but I'm saying
okay.
I'll back him up.
Well,
if you look at the early odds, I bet you, and I have not looked at these. I bet you the Packers are probably closer to 12 to 15 to 1. I bet you the best team is probably
win the Super Bowl or
to get to the Super Bowl. I don't even know if you can bet that. It's probably to only win the Super Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah, I believe it's only to win the Super
So
Bowl.
they've got to be.
But I do know what the Packers are because I
what are they, 20?
Looked. No.
Higher? Mm-hmm. 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most
25.
teams. Yeah. So I'm just saying there's probably a handful of teams that are in the single digits, and then most teams are probably out there.
I think there were 3 or 4.
I would say it was probably the Niners
who
again.
Who do you think's the favorite?
I would say, that's a good question. I'm going to say the Niners.
Yep.
I would say the Niners in there.
The Niners are at plus 550 from where I saw. I'm not exactly sure what sports.
So what is that? Then I would
plus
say
550.
I would say, are the Ravens up there?
Yep. They're in the
3?
Single digits.
Single digits. And then is the Chiefs up there?
Yep, they're 2. Okay.
So that's the 3?
Yeah, there might be one other.
Also, I will say this. I think it's so funny. The day after the season ends, actually not even the day after, a couple hours after, you get the notification from ESPN that's like, way too early.
Yeah.
Something. And it's
classic.
Like, all right.
Yep, no, those are the only 3.
Lions got to be probably pretty close.
Lions are tied with the Bills.
Yeah, but I think even in a wilder take, and I don't want to give, he's one of our good friends, but he also said that the Niners were not going to have Brock Purdy be their starting quarterback. You made it to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's the best system quarterback for that team.
Well, the benefits of him being your quarterback at such a low cost is incredible.
Yeah. So here's a thing I did, and I want to get your take.
Okay.
So I have 4 players. Don't look. I have 4 players. I have their statistics from this year.
Uh-huh.
Tell me which player you want as your quarterback, or rank these guys.
Okay. Can we do like 1 versus 2, and then I pick, and then
player A versus B?
Yeah.
And then C versus
D? Just like compare 2, and then whoever I pick, compare that to the next one.
Okay.
And then so on and so forth. Because remembering 4 people's stats is going to be too hard.
Player A. Okay. 16 games played. Just want to preface that. Okay. So 3 of the 4 have 16 games played. 1 has 17.
Okay. Then you don't have to say which one has 16, which one has 17.
Got it.
I'm fine with that.
So 69% completion percentage, 4,280 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He also has 144 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Okay? Uh-huh. Player B, the comparison. 67% completion, 4,183 passing yards.
Yeah, just a little less.
27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions,
a little more.
389 yards rushing, 0 rushing touchdowns, 1 fumble.
How many rushing touchdowns does the first one have?
3.
Okay, that's
player A.
The same.
Okay.
Well, the rushing touchdowns, that's pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. Passing yards, pretty much the same. Passing touchdowns. Player A had how many?
Player A was 4 passing touchdowns ahead of player B.
Okay.
And was 3 less interceptions. And had a 2% better completion percentage.
But had less rushing yards.
But had 250 less rushing yards.
Okay.
Who are you taking? A or B?
And A had 3 rushing touchdowns?
Yep. And 0 fumbles. Player B had 0 rushing.
I'll go A.
Okay, A. So now we have player C versus player D. This one might be a little more obvious.
I want to do player A versus player C.
Oh, you want to just keep comparing them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to go from who I picked to the new contender.
Okay, so player C. So this is the hard part. Player C had 17 games played. So you have to take that into account. One more game.
I'm not going to take it in.
4,575 passing yards.
Okay, so that is about the same.
67% completion. 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 21 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 fumbles.
A.
Okay, so still A.
Yeah.
C, or D, D. 67% completion percentage.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
3,700 passing yards. Around 37, 36, 78. 24 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, 821 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 fumbles.
Wait, this guy's stats are way different than the others. Can you say, starting at I got the passing yards and...
So 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 821 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. So a significant jump in rushing yards.
And way more interceptions and fumbles.
How
many rushing touchdowns?
5. So 2 more than A, 7 less passing touchdowns, 4 less interceptions, 2 more fumbles, and about 600 less passing yards.
Yeah. I'd probably go D.
D. Mm-hmm. Okay. So player A, who went to the final, Brock Purdy. Okay. Player B, who eliminated right away. Do you guess? Guess who do you think it was? You probably don't remember the stats.
They was fairly similar.
Yep. So 4,200 passing yards, about 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 389 yards rushing, 0 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Do you have a guess?
My guess is going to be... I'll go with...
Sorry, I should preface this. This is all regular season, no postseason.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford.
Patrick Mahomes. Player C, 67% completion percentage, 4,575 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 21 rush yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 fumbles in an extra game played. Do you have a guess?
Jared Goff.
Yep. So you picked, and then player D was Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the league. So you had Brock Purdy.
Let's go.
Brock Purdy
MVP
versus Lamar Jackson in the finals. Mm-hmm. I mean, there you go. And this is why I think, I'll say this, and I'm not trying to hype the guy up. I think Brock Purdy played very well. But the slander on this man is better. He's better statistically than Patrick Mahomes. Better statistically than, kind of Jared Goff. He had 1 less game played. That's why I said 1 less game, because if you're averaging it, they're probably very similar statistics.
300 yards less, that is a good game less. But
well, yeah, technically 4,575 minus 428, so yeah, about 300.
Pretty much 300, yeah.
But more touchdowns and less interceptions in 1 less game played and 120 more yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I think the slander on this man is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's why they went to
the finals. The funny thing is everybody will just say, his weapons. It's the same conversation.
Yeah, but he's a system quarterback.
That some NBA people have, but
yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, my last thing I want to say about the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So it came out.
This is what we're ending our football season.
Season. Well, yeah, this is
the last thought for NFL.
New playoff
last
overtime rules.
Uh-huh.
New playoff overtime rules. So it came out.
You want more new rules?
No. What I'm saying though is, what is your take? Are you a person? Obviously, we've talked about this. The new rules are both teams get the ball. Mm-hmm. It basically starts over a new game, so the time really doesn't matter. It's like a quarter. Mm-hmm. And then if you score a field goal, if I score a field goal, I have the ball first, you score a touchdown, you win. That's what happened. If you have to basically equal the person what happened.
If you're second.
What are your thoughts on the overtime rules? How do you feel about them?
I think it's fine.
It's fine. So would you have picked differently if you were the 49ers who won the coin toss, took the ball first? Because this was kind of a huge debate.
It was a debate when it came up.
Yep.
But I think it was more of a debate because it was new and people hadn't gone through it before. Mm-hmm. But if it were me, I would still take the ball.
Yeah. Well, and I think the difference too, your defense was just out on the field for 5 minutes. It was not like you had 10 minutes to rest. It was like a turnaround like that. Mm-hmm. The second thing is, you take the ball and hypothetically go down and score a touchdown. Now you make them go down and score a touchdown. But then on top of it, after you both score, if we get the ball back, all we have to do is kick a field goal, it's over. Next is sudden death.
Right.
So the next question becomes, or the last question, if you are the second team, my team scores a touchdown, you're the second team. Are you going for 2 to win the game?
Probably, yeah.
Yep, that's what I thought too. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to be in the ball back.
Yeah, it's pretty cleanly laid out, but I think it was I don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the first, if not the first, in a game that a lot of people were focused on, that like the rules came into play, especially because everybody after the fact was like, we didn't even talk about it. We talked about it all the time.
That was wild.
Blah, blah, blah. So like you have one side saying, oh, we're constantly talking about these new rules and what we would do in those situations. And the other side saying, well, we didn't even talk about it at all. I've never even thought that they had new rules. So like that emphasized the point, but in the grand scheme of things, like to me, you should take the ball and go score a touchdown. And then no matter what happens, either stop them on that next possession or hope they go for 1 and go kick a field goal.
Yeah. I think most teams, like you said, will probably go for 2 because, just go win it. And the Chiefs.
If you're the second team.
The second team, that's what I'm saying. The first team, you have to kick the field goal.
So, like, it kind of depends on which situation you're at. Like, if you're the second team, then you should for sure go for 2. If you know that you're going to go for 2, then there is probably benefit in, like, not receiving the ball first.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, okay, we think we're just going to go down and score and go for 2, and we're good with that. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure depending on the philosophy, there will be teams and there will be coaches that are like, no, we want to go second.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want the ball first.
Well,
and
yeah,
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think the factor just plays in. Like, your defense was just out there, and it had to have been. I know because the Niners bench, where people came out and we were like, oh, we never discussed it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild. And then it came out, oh, the position groups did discuss whatever. But before he goes out there, you have to imagine that, like, Kyle Shanahan told, who was the guy that out there? Fred Warner. Like, hey, if we win the toss, just take the ball. Like, you had to imagine that he probably told him something.
I would put it in the same category as in basketball, where coaches have a clearly defined philosophy of if you're going to foul when you're up 3 points.
Yeah. At
the end of the game, right? Like, no matter what situation it is, this coach's team is either going to foul every single time, no matter what, or they're not going to foul and they're going to play it out every single time. It's not really something that you go back and forth between.
Right. You're just
It's not really something where I think that they took into account, oh, our defense was out on the field, oh, our offense was out on the field, they have good momentum, we want them to go back out. Like, I don't think it really falls into that category. I think that their coaching staff had a clearly defined decision that they believe, and that's what they're doing. They didn't really feel like bringing it up to anybody else, and they just wanted to do that, which I think is perfectly fine. They have the right to.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't think it changed the factor of the game. I think they still would have, it was just what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Alrighty, there you go, folks. Football.
Done.
Wrapped up.
That's crazy.
Until next year.
Yep. Till next year.
And would you look at that? NBA All-Star is this weekend.
Yeah, big time NBA All-Star.
Do you know where it is?
No idea.
Indianapolis.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense why the Skills Challenge has team pacers.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's where they have the basketball court in the airport.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got a couple different events this weekend. You got some on Friday, some on Saturday, leading up to the All-Star game on Sunday. So we're going to go through these and talk about them.
Yeah, because now the participants are official.
The participants are official.
Everything's official.
We are starting with the celebrity game.
The celebrity game.
Yep. You got Stephen A. versus Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
I think that I get the feeling.
Did they get to draft their players, or were they just like, here's a pool? Like, how did they decide, I guess, these teams?
I don't know how they decided, to be quite honest with you.
It'd be kind of whack if, like, Shannon Sharp was like, I get to pick my own team. Like, there had to have been a pool, right?
You would think
That
that
they are
Stephen A's team is way better in my opinion. All right, so on Shannon Sharp's team, you got a Newell AA. Don't know who that is. Kai Sanat.
Okay.
Do you want to say who these people are if you know?
Well, he's just an influencer. I don't know who the first person was.
I don't either.
Okay.
Connor Daly.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Nope.
I don't either.
It should put next to their name what they
Walker Hayes.
Yep, singer, country singer.
Yep. Quincy Isaiah.
Quincy Isaiah.
Don't know who that is. Jewel Lloyd. She's a WNBA player. Micah Parsons.
Quincy Isaiah is an actor.
Okay.
If anybody cares. Kind of looks like LeBron James.
You want to look up Connor Daly? Conor.
Conor Daly.
Yep. DLY.
American Motorsports racing driver.
Oh gosh, I don't think he's gonna be very good.
No.
And then ANUEL
ANUE. Oops. EL.
AA.
Yeah, he's a Puerto Rican rapper / singer.
Okay. Then you got Micah Parsons.
NFL player.
Lily Singh.
Lily Singh.
LILL.
Lily Singh.
Yep.
She's a television host, Canadian YouTuber.
Okay. Sir.
Sir what? SIR?
SIR. Yeah.
Sir. American singer and songwriter.
Okay.
I was going to say the Sir Isaiah Berlin was the first one.
And Dylan Wang.
Dylan Wang.
Yeah. There are just some randos.
Chinese actor.
Okay.
So he literally has
truly a lot of random.
Okay, so he literally has
like how did they come up
Micah
with
Parsons as an NFL player.
And Jewel Lloyd WNBA.
So most teams probably have one WNBA.
Yeah. I mean there's only 2 teams.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But the other one has one WNBA player as well.
Okay. Name it. Give it to me.
The other team? So you got Stephen A. Smith is the head coach.
Okay.
You got Meta World Peace.
Former Ron Artest NBA player.
Yeah.
So that's already an advantage.
He's going to dominate. Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan isn't that the...
I would assume it's like Jack Ryan from the show.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that, but it's listed out as Jack Ryan.
What is the guy's name? Who's the guy from The Office?
I don't know. I've never watched
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
CJ
Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Yep. Jean.
Also, I will throw this out there. I saw CJ Stroud. They showed some high school. He's a bucket.
Really?
He was a ball
Who do you
player in
think
high
is
school.
going to be better, Michael Parsons or CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud,
Okay.
easily. Michael Parsons, I think, is just too big.
Yeah. All right. Gianmarco Tamberi. If I had to guess, I'd guess he's a singer.
Jean? I mean...
GIANMAR.
Comedian and actor.
Okay.
So, yeah. No, Italian high jumper.
Ooh.
There's
okay.
2 Jean Marcos.
Athletic. We got Adam Blackstone.
Multi-instrumental and songwriter. Okay.
Natasha Cloud, that's the WNBA player.
Okay.
Jennifer Hudson.
That's a singer. Isn't she?
I thought she was an actress.
Okay.
Yeah, actress. Tristan Jass.
Tristan Jass is that guy
does all the dribbling.
So he's an athletic basketball player.
Yeah, he does basketball things.
He does basketball content.
Yes.
Yeah.
AJ McLean.
AJ.
I don't know who that is.
McLean.
Mm-hmm.
American singer and dancer.
Okay.
Okay, that guy ain't playing.
And then Kwame.
How do you spell Kwame? KU.
KW.
Okay, W.
AME. That top one.
Chef. I love that. Yeah, I mean, first look, this second team's gonna smoke them.
The blue team is gonna dominate.
I mean, it's not even gonna be close.
Team. No, I really don't think it's gonna be close.
So it makes me wonder if they had like a pool of like players to pick from, and then they said, okay, hey, you guys can do this. Like, here's who you choose from, right?
Oh, I guess I should have just scrolled down. It says who those people are.
It was more fun to look it up. But does it say how they appeared and how they got drafted?
Nope.
Okay. Wait, go down a little bit. Grammy Award winner 50 Cent will also be the team. Okay.
He's on the coaching staff.
Okay.
For Team Shannon.
Nice. Okay.
And then Asia Wilson and Lil Wayne are assistant coaches for Stephen A.
Yeah. So to be honest, blue team, Stephen A team. Blue on this screen. Stephen A team is going to smoke them.
Dominate.
Yeah. So
that's on Friday.
So that's
as well as the Rising Stars Challenge on Friday. So there's 4 teams for that, and they play in a little tournament. Okay. So I'm going to read you the teams here.
Okay.
This
is all one team?
No. Yep. So there's 4 separate teams, and there are 7 or 8 players on each team.
Got it. Go ahead. First team.
I'm going to start with the first team just because all of these guys are G League guys, so you won't know anybody.
Okay.
And it's a team of full G League guys.
Got it.
Okay. Almanza, G League, and so there's 4 guys from G League Ignite, which is the high school team. You got Izan Almanza, Matas Bazelis, Ron Holland, Mac McClung, Tyler Smith.
Oh, Mac McClung.
Yeah, he'll be the 6th best player.
Got it. Okay.
Tyler Smith, Oscar Sheboy.
Oh, okay.
And Alondis Williams. So there's 3 guys from other G League teams, and then 4 guys from G League Ignite. But Matas Bazelis was projected to be the top pick in next year's draft for a while. I don't think he's there anymore, but
so these guys they're good. They're good.
Yeah, and Ron Holland was up there too. So like those guys are going to be good. Mac McClung will be 6th best probably on this team. Okay, so you got a full team of.
So is it like you play up to 21, or what's the deal here?
It's a 3-game mini tournament. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
How the setup is.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay, so the next team, and the team rosters are very interesting how they created them. But this next team, this team has Shaden Sharp, who's injured, so that's probably why they have 8 players, because they probably had to come up with a replacement. But
got it.
Jordan Hawkins.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Nope.
He's on the Pelicans. He was a first-round pick. He went to UConn last year. Chet Holmgren.
Okay. Minnesota boy.
Walker Kessler.
Yep. Former Timberwolf for a little bit.
For a very small time.
Okay.
Derek Lively.
Yep. Big guy.
So far you have 3 centers and a shooting guard. Benedict Matherin.
My boy. Indiana Pacer.
Yep. Jeremy Sochan.
I do not like Jeremy Sochan, but he's a good player. He's
Spurs.
a Baylor guy, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go,
Spurs.
Baylor. And Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams is literally probably one of the most underrated players.
He's the second leading scorer on the second best team in the West.
Right. When you're never going to catch Shea.
Correct.
Okay, so decent. That's a good team. That's a good squad.
That is a pretty good team.
That's a very good. I mean, it's height.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these teams are legit. So the second team, or the next team, the third team, I guess technically, Paolo.
Yep.
Boncaro.
Yep.
Dyson Daniels, who's hurt. So apparently, then you got Jalen Duren.
Wagon.
You got Keontae George, first round pick from last year.
Yep, Baylor also.
Yep, plays on the Jazz. Scoot Henderson.
Yep, Trailblazer.
Mm-hmm. Number 2 pick in the draft.
Yep.
Jaden Ivey.
Love him.
Detroit.
Okay.
Keegan Murray.
Yep, great shooter.
Pretty
Iowa.
Good. And Vince Williams Jr.
I do not know who's Vince Williams.
He plays for the Grizzlies.
Oh, no, yeah. He's gotten a lot more minutes now.
A lot of minutes lately.
Wait, so is it based off of year? Like, are those all rookies?
No, because Paolo's second year.
But is it, so what's the difference?
Keontae George is a rookie.
Okay. So is it just based off of?
You got to be, like, within a couple, like, I think you got to be in their first it's either 2 or 3 years in the NBA.
Got it. Okay.
To be eligible for this Rising Stars.
Got it.
Okay, so that's the third team.
Pretty good.
And then the fourth team is Bilal Coulibaly. He plays for the Wizards.
Okay.
Jaime Jaquez.
Love Jaime.
Yep. Brandon Miller.
Okay. Ooh. How do you guys feel? How do you feel? Brandon Miller.
Not on my favorite player list currently.
Okay.
Brandon Podziemski.
Yep, love him.
Having a great year.
Warrior.
Jabari Smith Jr.
Great player for the
Pretty
Rockets.
good,
Yep.
Cason Wallace.
Cason Wallace is on the Thunder, right?
Yep. He's been
He's
having
a solid player.
Decent year.
Yep.
And Wembanyama.
Wemby. Okay. I will say this: if in my eyes, I think when I look at it, the third team is probably my favorite team.
Boncaro.
Yep. But I will also say the second team is just monsters.
The second team has 3 centers.
Yeah, it's just monsters. So I think they'll be pretty good too. So yeah, should be an interesting matchup.
It should be interesting. I think it will come down to the second and the third team.
Yeah, in the championship.
I mean, that G League team has no shot.
No, I mean they're talented guys, but it's different.
No shot.
Yeah, it's a cool experience.
All the other teams have an established NBA guy.
At least one.
Jalen Williams is on one team. Boncaro is on the next team, and Wembanyama is on the next team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Nobody
Most teams have
on
at least one or
the
two.
G League team is even sniffing any of those guys.
No. So yeah, I mean, it was a cool experience, but
Yeah.
so I like
It'll
it.
probably just, I would guess it'll be, I mean, they'll match up 2 and 2, and then whoever wins each one.
Yeah.
So I'd guess it's the first 2, and then the next 2, and then the winners play.
Got it.
So that's Friday. Then we move on to Saturday. We got Skills Challenge, which is 3 teams. We got Team Pacers for a hometown team. That's how they always do it.
Yep.
We got Team Top Picks, which is number 1 pick.
So wait, so this is Saturday.
This is Saturday.
So the
yep.
skills competition, they do the little drills, and then
Yep.
got it.
You got to pass it through a
The
little
hoop,
circle,
dribble
around,
make a
layup, shot.
Half court is how you end it, right? Or do they still do that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that was just in Detroit.
1 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got Team Pacers, you got Team Top Picks, which is number 1 overall picks, and then you got Team All Stars, which I think they're just random All Stars.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. On the Pacers, you got Halliburton, Mathurin, and Miles Turner.
Okay.
Then the next team, you got Boncaro, Anthony Edwards, and Wembanyama.
Okay.
That's the number 1 overall pick team.
Yeah.
And then Team All Stars, you got Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, Trae Young.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to win?
I'm gonna go with.
I want to say that it's.
I'm gonna go team 3.
Yeah, the All Stars.
Yeah.
I
You have to shoot a 3-pointer, right?
Yes.
So it's probably
Everybody has to.
Oh, all 3 players?
Yes.
Okay.
Which everybody in this competition can shoot threes.
Yeah. I think team 3 will win. I think Scotty Barnes, Maxey, and Trae
I think
Young
that's
would be my
got to be
team.
the favorite.
Yeah, would be my team.
But
I think the matchups are very good. I think when you look at all the teams, I mean, there's definitely you can make an argument for all 3.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I also picked All Stars.
Okay.
Team All Stars. So then you move to the 3-point contest.
Yep.
The contestants are Malik Beasley from the Bucks, Jalen Brunson from the Knicks. Tyrese Halliburton from Indianapolis. He might be tired at that point. Dame Lillard.
Okay.
I believe he won last year. Lauri Markkanen, Jazz.
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell, who's been dominating lately.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns also has won it before.
Yep.
And Trae Young.
Okay. So some guys doubling up and then some guys are fresh.
Correct, yes. And we have not looked at the odds.
Okay.
Right?
I haven't seen it.
Who do you think's going to win?
I'm taking Cat.
Really?
I think he's got an easy jump shot. I also think Cat, streaky shooter, but I'm expecting him to get hot. And like I said, he has no movement in his jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very simple shot.
He's won it before, so he knows what it takes.
Yeah, he knows what it takes. And then, so I'm going Cat. I'm rolling Cat. I just think when you look at those other guys, like if you have a lot in your shot, I think Halliburton's done decent too, but I think when you look at those guys' shots, like it's like I said, it's the simplest shot.
Mm-hmm.
Barely jump, so yeah, I'll take Cat.
I think I'm gonna go with Trae Young.
Trae Young? Okay.
Yeah. Get some value.
Okay. Trae Young. There it is.
Because I don't think he'll be the favorite.
But he won't be tired, you think? No fatigue?
That's true.
No. Locked it in.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
Lock it in. Just
there.
stick with your gut.
Yeah.
Don't want to second guess yourself.
I think Donovan Mitchell could be a decent.
I mean, Donovan
Choice,
Mitchell's just
too.
an all-around fucking ball player.
Yeah, he is.
So, all right, what's the last one?
Slam dunk contest.
So it's official.
We talked about it. Yep, we had the 4 rumored.
Yep.
It is those 4. Mac McClung, G League guy.
Won it last year.
Hopefully he's not tired from Friday. Jacob Toppin, Knicks, who he's played a little bit lately, so he's gotten some NBA minutes recently. You got Jaime Jaquez Jr.
I didn't know Jaime Jaquez was like a high flyer.
And Jaylen Brown. I don't know, dude.
I'm gonna take Toppin.
You think?
I know Obi Toppin balls out, so I know his brother's probably got some hops too.
Mm-hmm.
So give me him. Yeah.
I believe Jacob Toppin's a little bit smaller than Obi.
And I will say this: I think last year was a cool story with Mac McClung, but like you got to show something. I mean, I know he's only 6 feet tall, so it's pretty remarkable. He's got unreal vertical, but I don't know. I just think it's one of those things with them. Like you got to bring something. I wish these other guys would like do it, like Zion and some stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, you got to bring it back. Remember when it used to be like, what was the matchup? 20. I don't know what year, but it was Levine, Aaron Gordon, and it was like back to back. I mean, it just kept flying.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'll pick Jaylen Brown just because
Jaylen Brown, okay.
He'll have all the people watching courtside on his side.
Yeah. Fan favorite, some would say.
As the NBA guy. And then you got the All-Star game.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I don't think that they've announced who is replacing Embiid in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've done that yet. But we've gone through the starters before. Did we say confirm the reserves?
I think we did talk about the reserves.
Okay, who do you think is going to win then? West or East?
Team LeBron.
That'd be the West.
Yep, the West.
So it's not Team LeBron anymore.
What is it?
It's the West.
LeBron is the captain of the team.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's Team LeBron.
Yeah, he's captain.
And he didn't draft him.
No, it's Western Conference.
Okay, I'm taking the Western Conference.
Okay. Do you think that, would your answer be different if they had Embiid?
Yeah, I think it would be closer.
And Julius Randle.
But I think, I don't know if Julius Randle plays a huge part. I think a little bit, but I think not having Embiid is a huge part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Embiid's one of the MVP frontrunners.
Not anymore.
He won't be, but I'm saying he was before his injury.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think
he was number 1.
Got to be up there.
Yeah, I think he was
just didn't have enough games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will say I will take the Western Conference.
Yep.
I also think the Western Conference would be more fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm going to go West.
You had some athletic, crazy guys.
And they have a good mixture of shooting and athleticism and like size.
Mm.
Whereas the East has a lot of just like young guys.
Yeah.
Like they are way young.
Well, there's young, talented guys, but it's also like
Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Scotty Barnes, Boncaro, all those Halliburton, all those guys are so young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I'll take the Western Conference.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah.
I'll take West as well.
What is the over under?
I don't know.
Does it have points?
I don't think that we're close enough. Maybe.
Doesn't it? Wait, are they doing the same thing where it just ends?
No, I think that it's
time now.
I think that it's
officially 4 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought last year, didn't they do like something where it was like timed, or it was like once it came down to a final score?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No worries.
What else you got? Anything?
No, nothing. I mean, so after the All-Star game, the NBA has what, a third left?
About that, yep.
Like 20, 25 games, maybe?
We'll get on rolling.
Yeah, then we're
right
March
down
Madness, and then we're, playoffs.
That's right.
Craziness, Chris. So.
And with that, we're moving on.
Fave 4.
Tell people what we're doing.
We're going to do Fave 4 places in the United States, only in the United States, to take a friend's vacation. Mm-hmm. So with your friends, vacation.
Any other?
There's no other stipulations besides that.
It can be a state.
It could be a state. It could be a specific place.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Name it. Heads.
It is heads.
Okay. Oh, wait. I'll go second. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go second.
So I do have a clarifying question before we start.
Okay.
Is it so if we've personally been there,
That's fine.
that's okay.
That's okay.
We are purely looking for, like, is it
Places let's
it top places that you would like to take a friend's trip, or top places to take a friend's trip?
top places you would like to take a friend's trip. So you could have already gone there.
Okay.
So you
But
could have
not
already
necessarily with your friends.
Not necessarily. It could be anywhere. You could have gone anywhere and you'd be like, this would
But
have
it's top places to take a friend's trip for yourself, not necessarily top top places in general to take a friend's trip.
It's for you. What's your specific for?
What you would like.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Opinion.
Correct.
Okay.
So you could have gone on a vacation with your family
I got you.
and then been like, hey,
I
this
got
would
it,
be
I
a great spot for
Yep.
friends.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
You're first. I said I'm picking second.
Oh, you are. Okay.
How long do you think we could have sat there in just silence?
No, I seriously thought you were going first.
Okay.
My number one pick is going to be Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. Okay.
Yeah. It's got the beach. It's got nightlife. It's got good weather.
Okay.
Bang.
My number one pick, I'm going to say, is Tahoe, Lake Tahoe,
Okay.
California /
Do you want to say your one or two reasons why?
I think it has everything. I think it's right next to Reno, so you have the casinos. It's technically part of the same thing, but
Okay.
you also have the beach, the water. You have, if you like skiing, it's also there. Oh God!
Or are you going
season.
in the summer? The winter?
No, I'm a summer guy. I don't ski, so I will preface it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number two.
My number two friends vacation, I'm gonna say, is going to be. This is a hot take. I'm gonna say New York.
That is a very hot take.
I'm gonna say New York City.
Okay.
That's my number two.
Do you want to say why? Because that would not be even.
I think it'd be a cool spot to visit in the Times Square area. I mean, we're not going New Year's; we're just going to visit. I think it would be a cool spot to visit. I haven't been to New York since, before I was 12 or 13 for Cooperstown. So I think it'd be cool to go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll reserve my judgment for later.
Are you not a New York City fan?
I just think it would be a hard place to take a friend's trip because it's not a good place and economical in terms of budget to get a big Airbnb or have a bunch of space with a bigger group of people to visit rather than there's a bunch of houses that are economical down in Florida, or I don't know, I've never been to Lake Tahoe, but in places that aren't as city focused for a friend's trip.
Yeah. I would say economical.
thing.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really think about economical because I would say you could spend as much money as you wanted going to Miami as you could Tahoe as New York City.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
My number two is going to be Scottsdale, Arizona, because it's got golf, it's got good places to go out, it's got nice weather, and plenty of places economical to stay.
What does economical mean?
Your money can go farther.
Oh, okay. You think Miami is economical?
Compared to New York, it is.
I don't know, dog.
I
don't know. If we're talking Miami,
no.
Miami, what we're saying, on the beach, Miami?
No, I didn't say economical for Miami. That wasn't part of my.
Oh, I was gonna say, because I would say that's comparable to New York City economical. Miami.
No, for Miami it was nice weather, sun,
the clubs.
beach,
Yes, we know, Chris.
water.
If you're watching the YouTube, you just saw what I did.
All right, so then my number 3 is going to be. I'm gonna go San Diego, California, because specifically for our friends, I know that not a lot of them have been to the West Coast. 2, it's got the ocean. You can't beat California sunsets, which I think everybody should see. And in terms of just like overall California, I think that San Diego is a good mix between getting the feel for California, but also getting like the SoCal feel.
Okay. My number 3 pick is going to be Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
I think if you like country music, good music, it's not a bad time to go down there, go to the bars and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then my number 4, this is tough. I'm not going to say it because it's a specific event, but my number 4 would be Hawaii.
Wow. Yeah. Really splurging here.
Really splurging. Not the most, some would say, economically friendly, but you probably can find a decent Airbnb for 8 people and they'd split it. And you're just, it's the nice thing about Hawaii, I will say, is...
You've been to Hawaii. Have you seen the price of milk?
What do you mean, the price of milk?
If the price of milk is that high, the price for an Airbnb is
I will say this. I did not drink 1 glass of milk when I was in Hawaii.
Let me tell you, I don't drink milk either, but I know the price is high.
But if you're splitting things between 8 people and you're just on Hawaiian time, it's probably the best thing. It's probably the most relaxing spot in the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're 5 hours behind the normal human being in the United States. There's just nothing to worry about. Mm-hmm. So,
okay,
that's mine.
My 4th is going to be I think that we could have a fun time in I'll go with Asheville, North Carolina.
Is there something specific in Asheville? I don't know if I've ever heard of Asheville besides the college.
I mean, North Carolina in general, I think Asheville is up in the mountains a little bit, so it's got a little bit different feel. Okay. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like the Denver of the East Coast.
Okay.
Almost.
So it's more like hiking and nature-ish.
Yep, we would be hiking. That is very economical, let me tell you.
Are we camping? Is that why?
No. David,
Asheville.
Do you know who's talking? I'm not a camper.
Asheville, North
Put me in Airbnb, please.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I feel like that's honestly just a great description, Denver of the East Coast. But it's got some elevation, so you can hike. It's a pretty cool town. I have been there.
Architect place. Basilica of St. Lawrence. So it's more
of just like it's similar to how you described Hawaii as like get out there and just like relax and like be out there. It's a little bit like that.
Economical, Chris.
Yes.
Interesting. The cost of living in Asheville, North Carolina is 6% higher than the state average.
Than the state average
of North Carolina.
Do you want to compare Asheville and Hawaii?
Do I take
Asheville and New York?
Cost of.
I don't think we need to keep people. I don't think we need to keep people to
385 and 385 Hawaii. What did we say? Hawaii cost of milk?
Yeah.
more than $5.
See, there you go.
$2.76 in California. That's crazy.
There you go.
So yeah, there you go.
All right, you want to say your...
Yeah, my 4 are Lake Tahoe. My second one is New York City. My third one, what did I say for my third? Why am I not trying? Oh yeah, Nashville, Tennessee, and then my fourth one is Hawaii. I was gonna say caveat. I think it would be a great friends trip to do Omaha, Nebraska, just for the College World Series. But that was like, I don't think
That's
I would ever go
specific.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever go there just to go to.
Before I go, do you want to specify in Hawaii, or do you want to just leave it overall Hawaii?
I would say just
specify an island.
No, I would say just overall Hawaii.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'd say overall.
My fave 4 is Miami, Florida, Scottsdale, Arizona, San Diego, California, and Asheville, North Carolina.
You're winning all the way across the whole United States.
All around.
Yeah. Not in August for Scottsdale. Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it.
No,
never twice.
Nope.
So there you go.
Cool.
Enjoy.
Episode 26. See y'all later.
Peace.